Welcome to a hammer tutorial by Noobs Game Best. This is the first one, and before any questions start, yes, this is a different microphone I'm using at the moment. So let's get right started to how to get hammer on Portal 2. Now you're going to be finding it under the Tools tab, and all you have to do is just search Portal, and you'll find it right here. And you should be able to install it and launch it, and that's how you get Hammer working onto your computer. Now Hammer is just a Valve's version of the map editor. Basically it's quite more complicated than it looks. Lucky for me, I have it right on my taskbar. So once you open up authoring tools, it will look a lot like this. So all you have to do is just open up Hammer World Editor, and it will look like your brain has just ruptured. So we need to make a whole new thing, and we're going to save it. But before we save it, this is the normal file folder where it should be saved, just like this. I, on the other hand, is going to save it under my mod, because I want to include it into my mod. So I can go to Steam, Steam Apps, Source Mods, save it under Maps, and I'm going to name it... Okay, I'm just going to name it Hammer Test, so I can save it here. It is forever here. Let's reposition these windows nicely. Now, yeah, new names would not show up here, so they should. We're going to get started by choosing our textures. Now this is a very simple thing. We can use literally anything except for stuff like this. It has to be able to, if it doesn't look right on a block, then it's likely not supposed to be there. So I'm just going to be choosing this one. So we can choose that. Then we can pick our block tool. Forgive me, I can't see the names. Now you have to see your window. This is my top, this is your side, and this is your front. And this should be checked as 3D shader texture polygons, or you will have a very, very bad time. Now I like having this as my top. A lot of people don't, but this is just how I do it. Now that's 64 units. This is 128 units, for example. If I do press enter, it's going to show something like this. Now 128 by 128 is like a simple in-game editor thing. It has like the black things on the edge. Yeah, you kind of get it. That's like one editor tile, like two modern tiles. I'm getting confusing. Now we can choose that, or we can make it 4 tiles, or we can select it again, and we can make it this many tiles. We can do it just like that. Now entities. Entities can be anything. Player starts, lights, branch, light, yeah, I already said light. Logic, math, NPCs, props, scripts, and almost anything that is not geometry. I'm just going to pick player start because that's how it's going to work. Now you cannot play our map right now, otherwise it will just not run. I'm going to put my player straight in the middle, just like that. Now I'm going to show you the face edit sheet. Now it's very simple. It should select one face at a time. If it doesn't, you might need to mess with some of your face edit settings. You can hold Control to select many other things. This is universal for all of Hammer. For example, if I only want these sides to be something else, then I can just make it plywood and apply. And wow, this is very ugly. Oh great, I missed a side. Got plywood again. Okay, now don't press shift during that. Now this is the toggle texture application, so select your polygon, do that. Pretty much a quick and dirty way of doing it. I know this is overlays, so you can have it like that. This is sort of simple like overlays, but not exactly. Now this is... I can't see the name of the tools, please forgive me for that. For overlays, for example, it's great for having signage. Or like, there's gonna be a crusher right beside you. Now where did I put it? Okay, and then you can just do it just like that. I have not placed it at all. Now remember, this is my top of the grid. If I want this signage to be just in front of the player, then it will just be like that. Now this map will be terrible without any lighting, so let's just add light. Light entity, select it, double click. Now this might look extremely painful because it can be on some things. You can give it a name if you want it to have a function. No need for a name. Now brightness, this is red. Well, these three are red. Red, green, blue, brightness. In a room like this, a brightness of 600 is plenty. HDR is like the sub-brightness, basically the shadow colors. Keep it like this if you want it to be black. Custom appearance, presets, like if you like normal fluorescent flickers, we're going to keep it normal. Now we can apply it like that. It's just going to be above the player in the center of the room. Probably, yeah, that's nice enough height. Now this is going to be the clipping tool if I'm correct. But first of all, we select our polygon, find a clip. If you want to cut off like that much, I don't like that piece. So whatever side shows as red is going to be deleted automatically. Select the clipping tool one more time. Now the other side will be deleted. Now if both are white, then it keeps them just like that. I'm going to keep both white, then go out of this, unselect it, and look it. If I want to kill that piece, I can. But I'm going to keep him. Yeah, there we go. Now that is pretty much basics. There is no ray tracing, at least of what I can find. Now if you want to change your grid, like if you want to fine tune this overlay, you press your bracket keys underneath there, plus and equals plus backspace. You will find them. The more fine they get, the more precise. Now if I try to run this map, it will not do anything. But before I show you how to run it, you need to create sides on everything. For example, walls like that. Make him go up probably a bit over the light. Yeah, that will do just fine. I'd like to make the walls just a bit thinner. Just like that. I need to change a nice texture for this. Just do the same. Just like that. Now the reason why we have to encase the room is because if there's a leak, the game will not know, the engine will not know what's on the inside, what's on the outside, what to render, what to not. Now if you continue making these around the entire map, it will create a sealed box. Okay, here's a nice time for another lesson. What if I want to copy this? Like, I don't want to make a whole new thing for right here. Just a nice good old copy. Well, we can hold shift and drag. Well, no, select tool needs to be applied. And fine tune it, just like that. And now, time for this piece. Shift, drag up. Okay, now this room really can hurt your eyes if it really can. Now these textures don't line up. I want these grids to move up. And it's just all being quite annoying. Just like that. Now this is where we can open this back up. So we can add this at just 0. That's not where we want it. We want it on Y. You can also scroll to make this feel any better. Now once you get your textures, yeah, nice and even, and it looks pretty good, you can call it a day there. Now your room is full. Awesome. Now you actually do waste render times getting all these outside textures. Now, one awesome part about the Source Engine is that we can select a texture called No Draw. And it is exactly what it says. No draw. Will not draw it, don't even care about rendering it. Now there's many textures kind of like this. For example, invisible. That's just an invisible block. Clip. Sort of like invisible, but it has boundaries. And you cannot even... Basically, it's invisible wall. And pretty much this stuff. Invisible, tint, trigger, skip. No draw. Good. Now, hold the control. Select all these. Make sure you don't select anything else. Now, as a nice hint, if this, for example, is going out a bit, you don't have to put no draw in here. The game just automatically does not render stuff colliding with other polygons. I have realized that this has gone a bit too far down. Okay, now we search our neutral, apply. Now it kind of hurts the eyes. And now it's harder to find my mistaken polygon. Is this it? Easy fix. You can... Not that, no. Do not listen to that. Go into your window, control, click these, and you can open up a Y. Now it most likely hits an even number. Like, is it 250? What is not? Okay, there we go, everything looks nice. But once everything looks just right, or not too bad, now you can press F9 or your Run Map button like this. I recommend running normal or fast. There's not much of a difference here, but I like to do full compile. You can also press F9 if I haven't said that. I like to have the game not running when I compile, because I'll have to just exit and restart every time. And once you press enter, command prompt will open, do its stuff. Don't be alarmed. You're not getting hacked by anyone. Now once you do open this, it will compile your map, save it as a .bsp file, which is what the game notices, and many other things. Now, I'm going to open up my game. But for example, mine is not the real Portal 2. You open up Portal 2, and I'm going to load my mod, just like this. Now I turn down game volume just for a quick moment, because I have to have Streamlabs run off of my integrated card, and it's probably lagging a whole lot. But anyways, we are on our thing. This is my mod, so totally different menu than you're used to. It's because my thing is running on it. But just like the normal Portal, you have a command console by pressing the key under escape, universal command console key. So you can type in anything here, it won't hurt anything. You need to press map, space, map title. For example, mine is hammer_test. Now if I load this, it will bring me directly to the loading screen. Now I'm in my test, and quite the bright for this room. Now this is 600. Now excuse the frame rates, this is off the integrated card, so it works. Now, I do not have a portal gun. Now, what's the reason why I don't have a portal gun? Because if you have an SP_A1 to 3, like A1 or 2 or 3, in the title, if that makes any sense, it's like this. You press map, space, map title. For example, mine is hammer_test. Now if I load this, it could be SP_A1, 2, or 3 underscore map title, just like that. Anything will work. And you'll get the portal gun if it's not spawned into this entity. Now if it does not render, you probably have a leak in the map or some invalid things. In the comment section, what do you think you want next if you enjoyed this tutorial? I would really like to know. Anyways, that's going to be all. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you actually like this, and there will be definitely a lot more tutorials coming soon. And that is all, and have a great day.